Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do that unless you play those three egregious letters, E-D-H. What does it stand for today, Derek?
Oh,
I was just playing. Hadoken.
Nah, you shut up. You wanted Derek to do it.
I was going to quote the great poet Ricky Ross. Clearly it stands for Everyday Hustle.
That is not what it stands for. Don't you ever disrespect EDH like that. What it stands for is Essential Deck Helpers. That's right. Today, we're going to talk about the need to have cards in every color and some that you need in every deck. But before we go down that trail, we got a patron, don't we?
That's right. We always want to shout out a patron when they join the Mana Squad. And Derek, today we are giving a big shout out to
Antonio. I guess specifically Antonio Helm Smasher, because their favorite commander is Zergo Helm Smasher, who I'm hoping that you're going to play the punchy face swing away version, not the board wipe version. But basically, Zergo is indestructible on your turn. So if you love your friends, you can just punch them with Zergo. If they're on your nerves, you can just board wipe every turn, keep Zergo, and then punch your friends. So whatever vibe you're on, Zergo's there for you.
Yeah, anytime it kills a creature, it gets bigger. So it's definitely
He does smash some helms. It's an accurate name.
So his name is Antonio Smasher. His favorite card is the Zergo Smasher, and I'm pretty sure his favorite Marvel character there is the Hulk, because all the Hulk does is
smash,
get mad. So
I was gonna say rip clothes, need a new wardrobe,
break concrete.
Yeah.
Thank you, Antonio, for believing in us and giving and being one of our patrons. So let's get back to the subject at hand. We were talking amongst ourselves, and we were like, you know what? Every time we build these decks, depending on no matter what color we build, there are certain cards that need to go in every deck based on whatever colors you're playing. So we're going to go down this between each of us. They're going to lie to you, and I'm going to give you the truth.
These are basically like our own. I don't think any of us believe in like staples or must plays that's just like throw in whatever you want. So these are like our personal staples. These are the things that whenever we're building in a certain color, we're forcing it in. It doesn't have to fit, doesn't have to make sense. Sometimes I'll force it out of color and nobody has to notice it. These are just cards we love. So, do you want to start us off? We'll go in Wooburg order to get the worst one out of the way first. And then
Yeah, definitely. All right, so the white color, starting off with the big W. I think that I definitely, every single time that I've built a white deck, and we're talking about just monocolor, right?
Or even if it's a multicolor, if white's in the deck. Like,
gotcha,
what do you want to fit in?
I am definitely always throwing in Holy Day because, oh, Holy Day. I need a fog.
That just makes me think of Vin Diesel, the Oh Happy Day.
That's what I was going for. Oh, happy day. Yeah, no one ever sees. I mean, I don't know if they see it coming or whatever, but Holy Day saves my butt every single time. Whenever I don't leave that one white mana open, I end up paying for it because for some reason everyone decides to just throw all their kitchen sinks at me when I'm tapped out, and I'm like, Holy Day would have prevented all of this. Why didn't I? Why did I do that?
Yeah, Holy Day keeps you alive with the power of family.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's disgusting that people who play fog effects. I think that's disgusting and gross that you sit there hide behind that you don't want to take combat damage. What kind of silk person plays fog effects?
I mean, I learned it from you.
Shut up. That's not the point.
That's it. What is your second white card? Because we got two each. We'll kind of just go.
Oh, we got two of these?
Both out. Oh, you only got one?
I only got one.
Oh, perfect. Okay. We're going to move on to my favorite white cards, which this one took me a minute because I don't like white cards. So I did throw two in here because I can't be decisive. The first one is one that I love just because of the chaos it causes, and it's Duelist Heritage. Okay. It's a 3-mana enchantment, and it says anytime any creature attacks, you can give target creature double strikes. You can't do it the whole board. Every combat you pick one, but it's not just your creatures. So I love the fact that when your opponents are doing their thing attacking, you can just be like, you know what, that gets double strike. Because at least in every game I play, someone's the problem, and I don't always want to be the one to have to swing and turn my stuff sideways, but I can help you to turn other things sideways. And also, I don't have to let it happen to me if I'm the problem. Then the other white card that it's brand new, but it's going to go in every deck I build with white. So my one deck, Skrelv. Skrelv is
busted.
My favorite.
Busted. Bitter Blossom in white.
No, not Skrelv's Hive.
Oh, you talking about
Skrelv, the little man himself.
Oh, sorry,
the little buggy himself.
The better mother of ruin. The better. You know why it's better? Because it doesn't make your equipments fall off. It is amazing.
Wait, what does this card do?
So Skrelv is a 1-mana, 1/1 little might, basically. Can't block, has Toxic 1, but you could also pay a Phyrexian white, so you don't have to pay any mana, tap it, to give one of your creatures another creature. It can't protect itself. Hexproof from a color, and then can't be blocked by that color. So,
and it gives it Toxic 1.
Yeah, and Toxic 1. So in a way,
it's disgusting.
It's almost better. It's not quite better than protection in all ways because it's still affected by like damage-based board wipes. But like Ken just said, it doesn't allow your auras and stuff to fall off. So it can be better in a lot of instances.
Shut up. It is better. You know why? Because I want to stack my auras on there, give it, and not have it fall off and smack you in the face. You know why? Because violence is the only way you listen.
And with all of the proliferate floating around right now, just having a 1-drop with Toxic and being able to throw it, even outside of a poison deck, it allows the rest of the table to potentially take advantage and start killing someone on a different axis. Skrelv makes me happy. And yeah, any white deck, so again, maybe I'll build one again in like 30 years, it's going to have Skrelv in it.
Oh my God, like, that is an amazing pick, but to keep the status quo, you're wrong.
After all that excitement, I thought I had him for once.
I gotta stay on brand here. I can't give you compliments. I'm sorry. All right. The true all-star in any white deck, and you gotta feel me on this, is Keeper of the Accords. At the beginning of each opponent's instep, if they have more creatures than you, you create a creature. If they have more lands than you, you go get a plains. This is the most. So when green is getting out of control, it helps catch you up. When people go wide, you go wide. If I move, you move.
Who's
just like that.
Green and going out of control? I wonder who that might be.
That's not the point. Why do y'all always bring up insignificant stuff that don't matter? Ooh, somebody protect themselves. Ooh, somebody need to watch out for this person. That's called fear-based strategies, and it don't work. Now, what's the next color?
We're going to go over to blue next.
Okay. Yeah, blue is next. My blue card, I find myself sliding this in whenever I can. I picked up extra copies as soon as the card came out. This is Saw It Coming. Always keep a counterspell in your back pocket, people. But always keep a counterspell that says Saw It Coming, because this one has foretell. You can foretell it away for 2, bring it back, and just pay a blue. I believe it's 1 in the blue, actually, because you gotta, you know how foretell works.
We think so. It's exiled. Apparently, you can do it at instant speed.
You can. There's no
on your turn.
Yeah, there's no specific turn or there's no state or I'm blanking on the word because timing. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no specific timing to when you can foretell on your turn.
I've never played a foretell card. I don't remember much of. I almost called it Kaldheim.
First of all, foretell is the layaway plan of Magic. Okay, you don't have enough to pay for it now, so you pay for it later. Yeah. It's the discount brand coupon.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you foretell a card away. No one ever knows what that card is. It's time to bust out that counter spell, and it's at a reduced cost now. Saw it coming.
Really? Does nobody not really know what it is?
No one knows what it is.
Why do you have blue mana up? I wonder if that's a counter spell.
But they think it's coming from my hand. And then surprise.
Oh, that you mean? Wait! It's not coming from that thing that you tucked away in the exile zone.
No, everyone forgets about it. I promise you, everyone forgets about foretell cards.
Okay.
I mean, that is valid. Hey. I can barely keep track of what's actively on the board.
Go, what you got next?
So in blue, I'm actually going to mention a card that I've talked about in a previous video that I need to play less, but I can't stop. Midnight Clock. It's there's so many times I regret it. I regret it so many times, but I can't stop. I love it. Every time I regret it.
We just talked about this.
Literally just like...
He ain't wrong, but he wrong.
I get so excited about ticking up that stupid effing dice that like, I'm like, ooh, I get another one. Ooh, it makes me so happy that I keep playing it. And then in decks that it doesn't need to be in, I wheel away a hand that I had like perfectly set up, question why I did it, and then keep putting it in more decks. I can't stop playing Midnight Clock.
So we just put out a video. Go back and check it out. Where cards that we need to stop playing. Yeah. And you said Midnight Clock was
I can't do it. It goes in every blue deck. Every time I play a blue deck, I find a way to slot it in. It never makes sense. Yeah, that's the one that doesn't make sense. So I will. I can't stop. It's just fun. You get to put dice on things and count, and then you get to draw cards.
He's a simple man.
I'm a simple man.
Okay. Again, I want to agree, but I can't. So, all right, I need you guys to open up your nasal passages because you need to smell what I'm stepping in. All right, you ready? Wizards class. Okay. Wizards class is a 1-drop in blue. 1, it gives you unlimited, no maximum hand size. You good to go.
Mr. Unlimited.
Number 2, the second one, draw 2 cards. Late game, It is beautiful. And the third, whenever you draw a card, you put a 1/1 counter on a creature. This card is busted. I have been trying to warn people of this card for the longest, but every time I go out and tell people, they like, sir, zip up your pants and put on a shirt. But that's not the point. Wizards class is busted, okay? I've said all the classes should have been companions to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Wizards class.
Wizards class, more like Wizards ass. You got him.
You're a hairy wizard. Wait a minute. Wait.
Now we're going to black.
All
is
right.
the next color in the color pie that we're going to talk about our staple for that.
All right, black. Whether I'm playing mono black or I'm playing, 2 colors, 3 colors, 5 colors, I don't care. I'm playing No Mercy. One, because the name of the card is hard as hell.
That's it. That is the entire. That doesn't. We don't need anything else.
2, basically, it's an enchantment, 4-drop. If you hit me, deal combat damage to me. If you owl me, your creature goes bye-bye. It gets destroyed. That's No Mercy, baby.
I'll hit you with a 40-40 trample and you take the damage.
That's how people usually got to come at me. You got to throw the truck at me.
the kitchen sink with the dishes still in it.
Yeah, it makes you think twice about swinging on me.
Oh my.
It gives me a few turns to kind of get,
No Mercy is the hype man in the fight that's like, I wish you would swing. I wish you would.
Calm down, No Mercy. Calm down.
And I think it just got reprinted.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be making that up, but I think it did get
Stop
reprinted
doing
at
that,
some
Wizards.
point. All right. Then the black card I have to talk about. So the logical one that I was gonna say was the whole Night's Whisper, read the bones, all those effects.
Mm-hmm.
I put 1 million of those in every deck with black just because like I love to draw cards and it's like a very low mana investment. That's probably the smart card. But my real pick that I put into every deck with black, no matter what my strategy is Tainted Strike. Which is no surprise at all. Tainted Strike is one of my favorite cards ever. It's just it's almost similar to Duelist Heritage, and I realized most of my like self staples all do the same thing. Where I just like kind of sit back, someone else attacks, and then I Tainted Strike their creature, and I'm like, "Oops, you're dead."
It's also rude to strike somebody in the taint.
There should be a law against that.
It's bad karma, man.
How do you think they get infected?
I mean,
So yes, I make sure that my friends taints are sufficiently struck with Tainted Strike.
yeah, I mean, it's a stranger thing to taint strike somebody in the down below or the upside down, whatever they call it.
Oh my
I
god.
love the card. It's instant speed. It's a surprise kill. Ken, just go.
It just don't smell right to me. Okay, when it comes to the black cards, of course, there can be a plethora. I was thinking about Victimize at first, Ferguson Arena, but then I had to say, Self, what do you really feel like putting? And this is why I tell you heathens that you should have listened to me. Kaya's Ghost Form. Okay, soapbox time.
I haven't heard this soapbox in about a couple years.
Kaya's Ghost Form is the most... It escapes all board wipes. There's nothing you can do. It's coming right for you, all right? Y'all go listen to me, okay? Take the shirt off. Wait, what the cop said? Wait, never mind. Oh, shirt still stays on, but imagine shirt off. But you get what I'm saying. All right, Kaya's Ghost Form says
it's a 1-drop. Yeah.
1-drop. If your creature is removed
or Planeswalker,
it comes back.
Right back. Or that dies or goes to exile. It comes. Well, we heard the soapbox. We heard the speech. It is in about 100 episodes previous back. You can go watch for yourself.
I'm gonna put it in every stream. I'm gonna put it in mono blue decks. And y'all gonna ask how he doing that, and I'm gonna tell you to shut up.
Oh my god, he has not stopped talking about Kaya's Ghost Form since they printed before it was just a digital image. It wasn't even printed yet.
It's like when Oreos came out with double.
Like the first video we did, that was in War of the Spark?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It's like when Oreos came out with double stuff. You was like, does the world need this? Do we need this? I'm sorry.
You're not wrong, but I'm just saying, if they haven't gotten it by now, there's no helping them.
We need to get a Kaya's Ghost Form altered with Ken's face on it.
Please believe me. Please. That's the flavor text. Please believe me.
Listen. All right, that's going to do it.
What's the next letter?
Let's do it for black. We're going to red.
Okay.
We got red next. So what is your red staple?
My red card, I throw it in every single red deck.
Anger.
You're not wrong, but shut up. Sometimes it's fervor. But mass artifact destruction, Vandal Blast is going in every time. Sometimes I caught myself maybe just 1 or 2 times just paying the 1 and just taking out a single artifact. But Vandal Blast overloaded, get rid of all your problems. I can't stop singing the praises enough. Not as much as Ken sing as Kai's Ghost Form's praises, but I think Vandal Blast needs to be in all your red decks.
You want to know what's funny? So I apparently said and I are on the exact same page. I didn't pick Vandal Blast, but I picked a more personal, petty Vandal Blast, and it's a card called By Force. Ooh. So By Force is red and X, and you can destroy X target artifacts. The thing with Vandal Blast is, yeah, it destroys all your opponent's artifacts, but it doesn't feel personal enough. It's the same reason I don't like Cyclonic Rift. I like River's Rebuke. I want to look you in the eyes when your board just bounces back to you. I want you to know who did it to you, and I want you to feel that ish.
Like when I poop on your board state, I want to make eye contact.
Yes, deep eye contact. Point at them and then reel them in. Hit the RMB reach and grab as you bounce their board, and that's what By Force does. You can pick. You know what? I'm going to let him keep his stuff. I'm going to blow up your Soul Ring, your Signet, that land you got there. F it, I'm going to blow that up too.
I don't care if it is indestructible.
Everything. And it's just, also, if you're not feeling petty and you're not a petty person, 1, how? But 2, you can also be strategic with it. And sometimes when you Vandal Blast, you actually need some of your opponent's artifacts out. Sometimes they're helping you out. This allows you to pinpoint what the problems are. I love it. I put it in so many decks, and it synergizes with X-Spell decks about cards that matter, that care about mana value on the stack, things like that. I don't really see it played much, but I think it's super, super broken in the right stuff. So, Ken, what about you?
Y'all ready for this? Okay, at first, I was going to do Fling at first because that's just out of nowhere disrespectful. But then I was like, to introduce this card, I got to say this. Dunkin' Donuts tastes amazing. Okay, the reason why I say that is because it's blasphemy. Blasphemy Act. Blasphemous Act is one of the most disrespectful cards that you can feature in the deck. Because it's always some butthole out there who goes extra wide and they feeling themselves and they think they stuff don't stink. And then they like, yes, I have so many creatures. I was like, 1. Take 13. And then I have a Brash Tunner out there for flavor.
I was gonna suggest Brash Taunter because I found myself throwing it in all my decks now. Even the decks that has nothing to do with like anything Brash Taunter related. Like even if I'm not like fighting my own creatures, I know you're gonna have a big creature. So Brash Taunter.
Some solid picks. Clearly, we love red and we'd love to blow things up. Now we're going to move on to green for the last color. What is your green card that you're going to force in?
Gotcha. I don't really consider it as a force. I think it's more like a flavor thing for me. Gaia's Touch. This is a 2-drop enchantment, green, and it lets you play extra forest on your turn. You can also sacrifice it to add green mana to your mana pool. So it's just a quick early game enchantment, especially if you get it out in the early game, is pretty good. But even mid game is pretty good too as well. But I mean, like, just get those extra lands out of your hands. And if I'm playing green, I'm playing basics. So that's just me.
Yeah, I was about to say, you are definitely like the most basic land heavy person. So that's basically an exploration at that point for you.
Yeah. What are utility lands?
Great impression there.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait, I got to put on a collared shirt. What are utility lands?
Right, so my favorite green, and I really do sense a theme now that I'm seeing all the cards I force in together. It's Berserk. I really love Berserk in decks that don't even care about swinging myself. Like even if it's just like a deck where it's like, and I love to use it petty, which is not shocking. One of my favorite uses for this card is, I know early game when the game's settling, someone thinks they're going to be funny, and they're like, oh, I have this like really broken utility creature. I'm going to come poke you with it. Haha, it's just 1 damage. I'm like, no, F you. I'm going to Berserk that. I'll take 2, but it's gone. That little Esper Sentinel you had, no, it's dead. That little Mana Dork you had that you wanted to swing with, it is dead, and you will remember me. That is, and then obviously late game you can use it to buff an opponent's creature to kill another opponent and kill their creature in the process. Yeah. I guess I really like combat tricks, but it's super fun, and the fact that especially in green focus decks, it's kind of removal because it destroys the creature that's attacking. So it's a 1 mana removal is pretty solid. So Ken, what do you got?
So my green pick is Fog. I'm just playing. my green pick is the nudist himself, the nudist themselves, Dryad of Elysium. 1, because not only can you play an extra land for 3, but it doesn't even matter. It's like, what's that artifact that all your colors are the same?
You're talking about
chromatic lantern. It's like a chromatic lantern, but way better. And you know, it does your mana fixing. It turns all your non-basics. So if you got a Valakut, good lord, it just turned on. Or if you have any other lands like the ones that comes in, you get a creature from the graveyard, the plains-based one.
A myriad something.
Yeah. It turns on all your land attributes with any land drop, and it's amazing.
Coffers.
Everything. So it's a utility that turns all your lands on, so that they can synergize no matter what. So you can slide into Valakut, you can slide in Emiria's land, you can slide all these into your decks with this one card.
I think it's underrated how Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and I'll even throw Chromatic Lantern in there, how much pressure they take off of your brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to think. My primary goal in Magic is to swing more, think less. And those cards really you can just tap mana however you want, and you're good to go. And honestly, the lack of efficiency for Chromatic Lantern, Dryad is just good regardless.
Of course.
It's efficient as well. It's wonderful. Yeah.
The thing,
you know what? No, you're wrong, because you're always wrong. But I also agree.
Understandable. But the whole thing is the basic concept of this format that we play. What Magic is, the whole concept of resource management. Yep. And it's when you're taking in strategies and trying to take in the full concept of the gameplay and everything that comes on. Resource is a great thing to take off your mind. That's actually like maybe 25 to 35% of the battle in itself. So this one card mitigates all that damage to where it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about conserving this and that. I can actually have free reign to calculate whatever I need to. So that's the best part about this card. It's more impressive than people give it credit for.
Yeah. Especially in something like there's a common deck where you don't know what color you're going to need.
Exactly. And I can just filter through anything. Or if you're trying to do like your not Locust God,
Scarab God.
Your Scarab God deck or anything else where you're trying to filter all this mana, it just makes it so much easier.
Right. And Ken's second favorite reason is because it's a naked man in a tree.
It's a naked person. It reminds me of myself before the cops stopped cracking down on it because apparently people can see your giblets.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're going to move on to the last section. Are we calling this colorless or just cards that can go in any deck?
Lands colorless, yeah.
This card goes in every deck. It doesn't matter what color, what strategy you play. These cards can go in every deck. Say it, lead us off.
Yeah, so initially I was going to go with Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Swiftfoot Boots.
Well, he does play basic lands, so might as well choose a basic card.
Those are pretty basic. But the card that I'm going to choose is Chaos Wand because when I'm not playing the colors that I need to play, or I don't have the removal on hand or counterspell on hand, you might. And so I'm going to go through your deck and pay that 4, tap it, and see, give me what you got. And I'm going to play the first instant of sorcery that pops up. And I would say about 60% of the time it's useful, but 100% of the time it's fun.
Yes, certified. That is the quote. That is the flavor text on the bottom of Chaos One.
Use with caution.
Yeah.
All right.
It might not be there where you want it, but it'll be there sometimes.
All right, Derek, what you got?
So this is not a surprise either. I've talked about these a lot, but it's a category of cards, but the Demolition Field Strip Mine type effects. Whatever the cheapest one available is at the time, so like Demolition Field, Ghost Quarter are typically the most affordable ones. Just shove those in every deck. I get at least one, usually try to get 2 or 3 in every deck. Mm-hmm. I'm not really big on utility lands like the colorless ones. I don't like colorless mana in there, so I don't typically run a lot of like Homeward Paths or Reliquary Towers, or like unless it's very specific to the deck, I don't like to run it. Mm-hmm. So I use all those slots just on targeted land destruction, just because there's so much busted land stuff happening, and it's really hard to tell. I found out too when you go against a deck, whereas like fast mana and like the mana crypts of the world and all this, that kind of like those are like signposts of like more competitive decks. But you might just have some random broken lands like a Cabal Coffers or a Cradle or something just because someone's been playing Magic forever and they have one. I've come across Cabal Coffers in all types of decks that I wouldn't consider broken, and I've even seen Cradles in just like random decks that you're like, why in the world is it running this? So these kind of can even that, and most of the time you can get it for like 30 or 40 cents. So blow up your friends' lands. It's how you show you care.
I need more land destruction, people.
Always.
So, as usual, they're wrong. Okay, now it was a close tie with these two, but I had to, because my first one was Emergent Zone. Flash in any deck is amazing, and it's a great utility to have, especially when people are trying to go out of control. So, Emergent Zone is at the top of the list, but the one that ekes that one out a little bit, Mirage Mirror. Yes, we get it back to Mirage Mirror.
Got another.
Shut your mouth.
Oh my god! I thought we were done with soapboxes.
Mirage Mirror goes in.
2019?
No, see, I need to shut up. Mirage Mirror.
Pre-pandemic can.
Yes. Mirage Mirror goes in every deck. I need you guys to understand where I'm coming from. Not only does it target everything on your board, but everything on everybody else's board. It is literally the Kakashi Sensei of cards. It is the card of 1,000 jutsus. Y'all do not understand that this card is amazing.
So if you like any of these cards, and you too want to go back to 2019 and buy every card that Ken has talked about in that time frame, you hit up TCG Player. We got an affiliate link down below. You can help support us.
They're affiliated with us for some reason.
I don't know why, but you can buy some guys' ghost forms, like all of them. Just everyone.
At this point, we don't even know why they still talking to us. But you can help out your local LGS, help out us, and help yourself out at the same time. And while we're doing that, we're trying to play fresh, but at the same time, we're trying to look fresh. And that's when we come to Into the AM. Into the AM. Remember, in space, they can't hear you scream. But what's it?
At least they can see your drip.
All right, and we'd like to give a shout out to everybody we met out in Philadelphia. It was an amazing time.
Philly, we had Phillies.
We had some great cheesesteak. They had ketchup. It was disgusting. But outside of that, it was great meeting some of you guys, and it was great hanging out with you. And it's always a pleasure.
Yep, we'll hope to see you at the next convention, but we'll also let you know when that will be. When we're going to go out to the next one.
Yeah, because some states we've been banned from.
We're not supposed to talk about this. Yeah, wait.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I didn't know you talked about yourself in like the multiple tense. Or
Wait. Legal is telling us we can't go further about this. So we're going to let that go for now. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. But until next time. Oh, watch the gameplay. It's out.